To answer your question, yes, I did make sure that everything works.
Okay, take two. Number one, I need more lights. I need another light on that side, and I need another light up there. Nothing I can do about that. First version of this I filmed way too dark, so here we go. The second attempt. And it's going to be shorter because now I know exactly what I'm trying to say. Let's start by going over a couple of things. Number one, the flea market pickups from the indoor flea market, they're all gone except for the HD DVD player, which I kept because I told you I was going to. The 3DS XL, I paid $75. I got $125 plus shipping, so that's a $50 profit. The River City Ransom, I paid $30 for that. I got $61 plus $7 shipping, so I doubled my money there. The Game & Watch was the, well, pretty good performer. I was going to say it was the weakest one, but technically the 3DS XL is the only one that didn't double its money. But the Game & Watch, I paid $20. I put $5 in batteries in it, and I got $48 plus shipping. So basically doubled my money on that one too. So I'm happy. As I explained, I bought those explicitly to sell them. Did not want to keep any of that because it wasn't anything I needed. As you saw from the opening clip, the Conker's works, the Zelda works, the Super Smash Brothers works. Those three games, if I were to sell those on eBay right now, Conker's, let's go on the low end. $50 for Conker's, $30 for Super Smash Brothers, probably $15 for Zelda. So that's $95 that if I needed to, I could dump it real quick and get rid of it. But I'm not going to, unless I really want to, or I see something else I have to have, such as this. This is a Japanese Super Famicom, as the box clearly states. Now this has been on Craigslist for, I believe, 2 months, maybe even longer than that. The guy started it at $200. Now, he finally started lowering his price about a week ago. And this morning, I checked at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and he had lowered his price quite low, and he put or best offer on it, which meant he was tired of sitting on it. There is a chance this is the system that I passed on for $50 quite a while back. I'm using some of the money I made off of the eBay stuff, the 3DS XL and whatnot, to pay for this. As you can see, it's in really good shape, and it works. I've already tested it. These are NTSC, so technically if you were to take the board out of a Super Nintendo, it would probably play in here, believe it or not. Because the controllers are the same too, if you look at those between a Super Famicom and a Super Nintendo. Just always wanted one, and then the fact that this one was in the box was pretty cool. And it came with an AV cable and a power cord that didn't fit in the box. It would, but the games were in the box. So I'm going to show you those. Street Fighter 2. Mario of some sort. It's not Super Mario World. I have to figure out which one that is. It's probably some crappy one like Mario Lost in Time. Samurai Spirits, which was also released on Neo Geo, I believe, as well as Sega Genesis. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. You've got R-Type, the first one. There's R-Type 2 and 3 as well. This is also on Super Nintendo. World Heroes. Now it's really hard to forgive Sunsoft because they made they made Superman 64 if I'm not mistaken. Dragon Ball Z. And they all came in these pretty cool little cases except for the Mario, which is kind of funny because all of the cases say Mario on it. But I'll have to go through them and see what games are what that I feel like keeping. I may sell one or two, but that's the coolest case because it just says Super Famicom. This kind of leads me into the second thing that I want to talk about, and that is, I know that in most of my videos it looks like I'm always hitting home runs, but what you don't see is all the work that goes into those home runs. For every video that I do, there's probably 300 miles worth of driving, so let's say that's a full tank of gas in my Mustang, so I'll spend $30 for 1 day of hunting. So I need to plan on that when it comes time to factor in what I'm going to make back. There's obviously my time. The only reason why I've had time to do this many video game videos is because I've been off of work. And the other thing to consider is actually what I'm paying for things. And there's a couple of little sub ideas that I'm going to give you as we talk about this. Am I ever unsuccessful? Yes. Some of the new stuff, like on 360, for some reason, one of the last NCAA basketball games is worth a lot of dough. But I didn't know that forever, and by the time I caught on, it started dropping in price. So, missed the boat on that one. So there's all kinds of little things that even I'm learning as I go along. However, the thing to keep in mind is there's still deals out there. The Conkers, the Super Smash Brothers, the Zelda, and the other games that I got for $5 that I wound up getting paid $23 to take, because I have all those games, and I sold the ratty ass system it came with, and kept the fantastic controller it came with. Some deals I'll buy just because I wanted the game for myself. Tip number 2. You have to be active in your watching. You can't just wait for deals to fall in your laps. I've got friends that always tell me how they have stuff. Oh, I've got stuff sitting in an attic. I have this, I have that. Great. If they ever come through for me, then I'll get a good deal from them. If they don't, then I won't. I do my own work. I do my due diligence. I do what I have to make sure that I find what I need to find when I want to find it. I have cased out most of the stores within a 100-mile radius of where I live. And that's not a joke. I'm dead serious about that. I've hit virtually every pawn shop, every thrift shop, every retro game shop within a 100-mile radius of where I live. And I have a handful that I frequent. There's the one in West Virginia, the one where I get the controllers and I get the games, and he gives me good deals on broken systems. Then I have a couple that goes hunting for estate sales, and they know to buy extra stuff if they think they can sell me the stuff. And I have my network of crackheads that I don't know where they get the stuff. Quite frankly, they're probably stealing it all, but they hook me up. And there's 4 or 5 stores where I'm friends with the owners. Pawn shops that give me good deals on games, thrift shops that let me look at stuff before it goes out for regular purchase, things like that. I put in the hours to make sure that I come out ahead. Sometimes you may see a large lot and it looks like an awesome deal, and you just think, oh wow, if I have this, I'll get a copy of Zelda Ocarina of Time, but I have to buy 38 other games. Well, here's the deal. A lot of times sellers will put one good game in order to sell a bunch of crap at more money than it would normally sell for. There's a guy in my area that is selling $850 worth of games and systems, and his main picture is a couple of Super Nintendos with like Mario Kart and things like that. Great, but the rest of it is broken 360s, broken PS2s, games of untested quality, things like that. At the end of the day, if you sold every single piece that he's selling, you might get your $850 back, but that's not the point. That brings me to another thing. I'm not a reseller. I don't do this for a living. Those 3 things are the 3 things that I knew I was going to buy to sell. I have opportunities all the time to buy bigger boxes of things that I don't need, massive lots of things I don't need just to turn around and flip and sell it, but I don't do it. And a guy actually really pissed me off one day because we were talking and he's like, come on, I know you only buy when there's a good deal. I said, yeah, because I'm cheap. He's like, yeah, but I know you're a reseller. I said, really? Have you ever seen me selling anything? He's like, well, no. I'm like, you're right, because you haven't. One time I put up 260 games because they were all doubles from 6 months of collecting that I hadn't sold. So I dumped them. I gave them away. Basically, I sold them for 40 cents a piece just to get rid of them. And they were decent titles too, so don't get me wrong. So I'm not a reseller. I sell what I need to collect for free. That's why I still have my NES Mini. When everybody else that ran out and bought them just to flip them and sell them. So this is still just a hobby for me. Making videos is a hobby for me. I watch videos from YouTubers and content creators, and these people make their living at it. So they do it every single day. They do multiple videos a day, some of these guys. they do sponsorships, they have Patreons, they do all this stuff to promote themselves. I don't do any of that. I don't have a Facebook page for my YouTube channel. I don't have a Twitter for my YouTube. I used to have it for Vine, but since Vine's going away, I don't care anymore. I have an Instagram, but I don't know the login. Shows you when last time I used that. I just like making videos. And if somebody gains anything from them, awesome. If you just sit around going, this guy's a moron, and you click away, not much I can do about that. I wish you wouldn't, but it's your choice. That's why we live here. Yeah, so leave me a comment. Leave me a thumbs up if you like the videos. Subscribe if you'd like. I don't require it. I never have. I know that some people, when they do like giveaways and they're talking about things, all they ever say is, please subscribe, please subscribe, please subscribe. I don't like begging for subscribers. I want somebody to make the conscious decision to join my community, to join my people in checking out my videos. So yeah, until the next time we talk, I'll see you later.